should face issues, but you're behaving like a moron, cussing me for way I born, but you fight and no water. You pay too much for butter. Take your steel beam and go. The terrible school system is such a bloody problem. Take your steel beam and go. Agriculture's in a state, planning is inadequate. Take your steel beam and go. The northern and southern idol, the two kingpins are bubble. We know, we like it so.
This is Caribbean Vibe.
We like it so. So instead of displaying impatience, cool yourself and give the fella a chance. How the hell you could say, when I go do better, we go send you back Grenada in a drum. We and Georgie going to put it right together, yeah. We have freeness and freedom, plenty roti, plenty rum. Hospitals have no linen, it's brown paper they're using. Take your steel beam and go. Public transportation is an abomination. Take your steel beam and go. Well, food, clothes and rent is proof. Cost of living gone through the roof. Take your steel beam and go. Classified information for personal gain is common. We know, we like it so. We like it so. We're free. Georgie say, all you ain't getting one damn seat. Oh, and I'll come out to mama guy. Bokassa say, how are you going to feel the heat? The penalty to opposing eye, that's political suicide. We can't get house, so we squat, living with cockroach and rat. Take your steel beam and go. The cesspit flowing over, you could catch yellow fever. Take your steel beam and go. Soldier in bulldozer, break down the shocking mover. Take your steel beam and go. It's plenty sexual favors to be a 10 days worker. We know, we like it so.
This is Caribbean Vibe.
We like it so. Yankee CIA, and the whole of ONR is only communist. They take carnival away and make people work each day. It's years you're in a union and can't get recognition. Take your steel beam and go. The unemployment levy murdering everybody. Take your steel beam and go. Children come out of college below elementary knowledge. Take your steel beam and go. We grieving with frustration through maladministration. We know, we like it so.
This is Caribbean Vibes.
This concern that you showing here for we could well cost you your popularity. Francisco, how come you ain't understand? We ain't one of blasted opposition. Just like Georgie Porgy, I done sharp my guilt, waiting for the opposition till anytime we catch them only backpedaling. I ain't even want no bail. I ain't afraid to make a jail. Food you could produce here is imported from elsewhere. Take your steel beam and go to fish in your own water. It's jail in Venezuela. Take your steel beam and go. No one to devise for we a good foreign policy. Take your steel beam and go. Bribery and corruption control every decision. We know. We like it so. We like it so.
Yes, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago. Let's make sure I'm on. Yes, good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago. Yes, welcome to another edition of the Week in Review with yours truly, Heavy Duty. Yes, I'm here with you this afternoon. TC is not here with us this afternoon. Circumstances beyond his control, but he have some commitments he have to deal with. But I'm here, right? So welcome everyone. Welcome to the Street 919 FM. Those of you locked on Facebook, good afternoon to you. And those of you locked on your radio, we are streaming live on Facebook, so we can get on to us there. So I'm in the seat this evening, the hot seat. Yes, and I will be taking your phone calls, and you know what we do on a Saturday. It's a week in review. So I go in one time. So this week, a lot of things is happening. I want to say happy Diwali to all my Hindu brothers and sisters who celebrated Diwali on Monday. Well, obviously I couldn't say it before because I'm here today, Saturday, my first day for the week. So I just want to send out that happy Diwali to all my Hindu brothers and sisters who celebrated Diwali. Over that long weekend, there were approximately 11 murders in Trinidad and Tobago. And I am not one for promoting crime or murders in this country. However, that is ridiculous. And although we cannot stop someone from choosing to kill someone else, I think we need to at least deter people from even thinking of doing so. There are reports of a shooting in Diego Martin where a 3-year-old child was killed. I mean to say, where are we going, Trinidad and Tobago? What's the issue? How we reach here? And then when I come on this radio station and say Trinidad is not a real place, people just want to vex with me. How? It come like they don't care anymore. Who get killed, who pick up, they just shooting willy-nilly. And what are we doing about it? What? What is going on in Sweet TNT? What is going on? So 4 people were shot, or 5 people were shot in a car in Diego Martin, and I think 3 died, or 4 died. No, sorry. I'll get back the report. I just lost, because I have so much going on right now. I just can't remember exactly, but I know in that shooting in Diego Martin, I think 2 or 3 people died, and one was a 3-year-old child. And it is sad, and I want to send our condolences to the family of that young child, right? And just the week before that, or a couple of weeks before that, it had a shooting in Enterprise, and a 9-year-old child was killed. So it come like we killing children now. And I don't want us to get accustomed to that, you know. Because children haven't lived their life as yet. They haven't get the opportunity to be what they could be in this country yet. And somebody just take their life away before they could even do anything in their life. It's sad, Trinidad. It's sad. But we choose to come here on a daily basis and talk all other sorts of things. And these are the things that is going on in our country. When we will stop? When? Sad. I'm feeling hurt today. Because I have children. I know many of you have children and grandchildren. I wanted to ask yourself the question: what is the future we are leaving for them in this country? What kind of future we leaving for these children in the 10 years from now, 20 years from now? What it is we leaving here in this country for our children and our grandchildren? Wow. Moving on. Right now there's Tobago Carnival. It's on right now currently. Right? The big concert too with Burna Boy was last night. Obviously, we have a lot of people over in Tobago, and there's a lot of activities going on in Tobago, right? Also, in the news this week, I saw that the talk is about the internal elections, the internal PNM elections, and Karen Nunes Teixeira is on the news this week here on a lot of shows and being interviewed about her position, and she's going up along with 2 other people, 2 other candidates is going up against the Prime Minister, Dr. Kidwell, in the internal election. And she have a lot to say. I ain't going to elaborate too much about that, but she speaks a lot of truth based on what is going on in the country and also what is going on in the party. And I think they did a poll on a particular radio station, a particular media house. I don't want to call no other radio station or media house name here, but they did a poll, and the poll was a lot. I think the poll was about the percentage of people that are disgruntled in the party, right? And disgruntled with the leadership of the party, right? And would have liked to see him removed. And I think they got about 52% of the people that in that poll on that media house were saying that the Prime Minister have to move. So now we're going to see what's going on in politics. Also, in this week here, we have our Prime Minister and 4 or 5. Let me read the article. I see it on the papers this morning. I don't want to misquote before they jump on my throat, because it's waiting for me to make a mistake to talk about that and miss the whole issue, you know. So let me go to the article first that I just saw and I was reading. Where I was reading it. Okay, I know I was reading it there. Okay, just give me a second, 1 second. Okay, I found it. Judge summons 6 ministers. Right? So that's today's headlines in the Sun Saturday Express. Gary Griffith gets leave to file for full judicial review. Right? And obviously, of course, you know, that's the situation with our former Commissioner of Police filed a lawsuit against or injunction against the 6 ministers. Judge summoned 6 ministers. Guy Griffith gets leave to file for full judicial review. So he's asking for clarity in court. Right? So that is happening right now, and I think it's in November, sometime in November. I'm not going to read the entire article. But for the first time, Prime Minister is going to come before the court to answer questions. Oh, wow. In Trinidad and Tobago, as I say, Trinidad is not a real place. Also, we saw that this week, Ms. Nunes Shishera has been awarded a very healthy sum in a lawsuit that she won with regards to the lawsuit that she filed some years ago with her husband dying in a hospital, and she won that lawsuit. Also, the former... Let me get the article, because all this is wait for me to make a mistake here. Let me get the things on them, man. Right, the former Central Bank Governor Joala Rambaran have won his case and was awarded $7.5 million by the court to be paid. And this is what I want to talk about. This is what I want to talk about this afternoon. Up to last week, we were talking about the amount of taxpayers' money being wasted in all these judicial matters because the incompetence of the governance of our country that do things vike and willy-nilly and causing the taxpayers' money to be paid to all kind of people for making bad decisions, vike decisions. So because the former governor of Central Bank was fired wrongfully when the regime changed in the 2020 or the 2020, no, I think it's the 2015 election. Yeah. Could be mistaken, but when he was fired, right, he filed a lawsuit because he was fired wrongfully. You can't just go and fire somebody just so because you don't like them and costing the taxpayers money $7.5 million. Right? Just like the said case with the company that was got the contract to do the highway. Well, they came in, stopped the contract, fired them, they went and sued. Something like $100 million we had to get them. More than that. Because they want them to get the money in US. What it is they're doing, I don't understand. The sad thing about it though, right? The company that was mentioned with the fake oil scandal also sued the state and was awarded $100 million for libel and scandal, whatever the case will be. Right? But here's the thing. The $7.5 million that the former central bank governor was awarded, the government is appealing that. They're appealing that case. Right? But how come they never appeal the $100 million that AV was getting? In that case, you will think that 100 million, 7.5 million, 100 million, 7.5 million, which one will I appeal? Which one to appeal? You will think that you will appeal for you are appealing one that had the most amount of money judgment. But I wonder why you didn't do that. I wonder why. I don't know. I just asking questions. So the lines are open. The numbers to call 3420081, 3420081, 7711791, 466-5391. You can call right now. The lines are open and we can talk. I'm asking the question. Let's use on the phone lines. Don't forget our good friend TC is not here with us today, but he will be here back in with us next week. So let's use it. Hello, good afternoon.
Hey, Heavy. Good afternoon to you, my brother.
Good afternoon. What's up?
That's cool, man. Like, you're rolling alone today?
Yeah, alone today.
Sometimes take the road a solo sometimes. Sometimes put a jump in the car and go somewhere by yourself.
Yes.
Heavy, I want to talk about two things that you on the topic you not discussing is about cheap reporting. And I want to discuss the $7 million taxpayers' money have to spend. And I'm saying this. It is time in Bert and Rowley dig out his pocket and pay for that. Because they know this was coming. Because it's coming, so they know, Heavy.
Yep.
If I get a contract for 3 years and you fired me, for being do nothing and you fired me, you have to pay me.
Of course.
What the man do wrong? That the father man. Anybody couldn't have a puppet on a string. Anybody couldn't tell him go outside and lie. So they fire him. I will do. Members couldn't tell the man to go and lie and say it up only money because heavy. I was strongly advised, and I wait for Inbert to respond to me, Kingsley. I wait. Heavy. They was forcing the man to go and tell the public the country only has 3 days to run money. And the man said no.
Wow.
The man said this country has money to burn. I am not going to mislead the people. And the father man. The father man.
You telling me, Kingsley?
Because the man don't want to lie. The man don't want to lie to the people of this country, so they fire the man. Heavy, the tongue is more powerful than a lash. Because words that make lash happen. Heavy weeks and weeks are called. That's for the people to join me to make a citizen arrest. To hold Dr. Rowley and crime in front of the court. Because he has questions to answer. Question marks, eh? Because he has question marks about tampering with the police commission. He has question to answer. He has question to answer how Faris getting money and is Stuart Young and Inbert making all these millions of dollars under his government.
Wow.
He has question to answer. And today you are seeing that first time in history, a sitting prime minister has to face the court to answer questions. To answer questions, answer what he was doing in the Police Service Commission.
Correct.
Who the hell is Dr. Rowley? Dr. Rowley feels he's a dictator in this country. That's what he feels.
Kingsley.
Yeah.
You know what's sad about that, though? The minute he came to the public and said it was him that was in the president's house, right? The police supposed to launch an investigation, and the DPP supposed to do that and get sent all the thing to arrest him, you know, to come before the court.
Right.
Because why?
The police was to lock him up and drag him in his cell.
It's misbehavior in public office.
It is.
Right?
It is.
It is against the Constitution. Why had to wait? Why had to wait till Gary Griffith to file an injunction in the court to bring the Prime Minister before the court? What that simple say that with me we have no good policing or good justice in this country.
I know the judges listen to this program. How many program? I said jail one time. Jail him one time. He's guilty.
Well,
Dr. Wadi cannot be doing this country that.
He admitted.
Dr. Wadi cannot be doing this country that. This country is supposed to be a freedom country. He cannot tell this country like China that a man wants to be in power for the next 100 years until he dead. What we are seeing here running our country is dictatorship.
No.
Because
based on what's going on, Gary Griffith can get a piece of money too, you know?
Yes.
Because it come like he was fired. It come like he was fired wrongfully, and then it had the libel and scandal case where they was trying to put him with the firearms license thing now. Where they say he was.
Same way, they tried to turn Joala, the former central bank governor, into. They was trying to make Guy Griffith a puppet. And because Guy Griffith and kind of Dr. Rowley walked for him, he went by the president. He went by the president. And the chairman and the president, all of them sit down under one umbrella. And Dr. Rowley come and say he has no confidence in Gary Griffith no more. And they get rid of Gary Griffith because they cannot make Gary Griffith. Because when I was strongly advised, and I wait for the Prime Minister to answer to me, Kingsley. Is it true, Dr. Rowley? Because I don't commit a libel scandal or to make no allegation against somebody, but to ask questions. Sometimes I have to say it before I ask the question. And Dr. Ronnie must tell us if any of his friends, wanted firearm, and did he, Dr. Ronnie, call Gary Griffith to ensure Gary Griffith to give his friends, Dr. Rowley, as I tell you, you have plenty money. But remember this.
It's taxes,
Your
taxpayers'
generation-
money they're going to pay these people with. That was hurting me. Our country money, we're paying all these bills. These bills for mistakes that they made. How come they're not paying it out of their pocket? It's our taxpayer that is going to pay all these people millions and millions of dollars. Look, Nelson wanted millions.
Heavy.
After what the former AG did.
My brother, I want to ask you a question. And I believe you're the right person to answer that question, right?
Yeah.
They say we go under the same law with the Queen, UK and Britain and things. But how these people resigning and our ministers and prime minister not resigning?
No,
Yes.
we still is, you see, the Westminster system is the system that we hold on to, which is the system of governance, right? However, from since then when we became independent and we write our constitution, we haven't made much amendments to our constitution. In Britain, in the UK, they made over you can Google it. They made over 3,000 amendments to their constitution for their government. Huh?
Thousands, yeah.
Yeah. Over thousands of amendments they made because we still have archaic laws on like obscene language and loitering on the books and all these vagrancy laws and all and certain things.
For me, that's a cost rowdy when I see him. That was their point, is to protect the politicians and them.
We still have sedition and all these things on our law books. That is just since colonial days, and
because every remove obscene language from the book. When I see him, I will tell him about his mother, about his sister, about his father. So they have to keep it there because I will expose them. But I see in the last 2 weeks that the whole cabinet gone in Britain and the Prime Minister, but just by a mistake.
Yeah.
Just by a mistake, just by
you see,
Minister of Finance.
They had made in the UK they tried to make corruption and all these things a thing of the past. So any kind of mistakes anybody in Parliament or certain member makes, right? They deal with it one time. You see, we have something here that certain laws can't change unless you have a 3/5 majority. They need to swipe that off of the books.
They need to.
You understand? No.
Reform.
But if you remove it, you have to bring something as strong as it that could at least protect our constitution to it. Because if we didn't have that 3/5 majority, a lot of things could have changed in benefit for certain parties to do what they want. And that's the problem we have here.
PNM people within agree with me now until UNC come in power, right? But my solution for that heavy. The people of this country must pick the president. Because how could you tell me there's a college selecting heavy to be the prime minister? And as to be the president, and if Dr. Rowley don't want heavy, he could say, no, I don't want heavy, I want Tom and Dick and Harry. The people of this country, I said the PNM people within agree with me now. I said the UNC come in power. When the UNC come in power, and I say my thing, do agree with me?
Kingsley.
Yeah.
It's not even about that. It's not even about the president. It's not even. Hear what's happening, right? We need to understand, right, that the so-called father of our nation, right, who wrote the Constitution along with Ellis Clark, right, and I say that with no remorse, was a tyrant, right? And he wrote it in such a way to make himself king of the country and law until himself. With no...
Because I'll tell you, if they move the cotton from your book, Dr. money will get us all over this country. Anywhere you go. Because you use the F word, so they want to keep it. But heavy, and
Yeah.
that close because I know that.
Yeah, you thought that call us on the line.
Because the heavy again, heavy.
Yeah.
First time in history that a sitting prime minister has to walk in the court. And I'm asking the judge, please do this country something. Do not make him come back out. Thank you very much. Put the handcuff on him and give the keys.
All right.
Him behind bars. He deserve it. He deserve it. He deserve it.
All right, Kingsley. Enjoy your day. Thank you, Kingsley. And for the people who don't understand what I'm talking about, we taking a course. The people who don't understand what I'm saying when I said what I said just now, before you take it the wrong way. In Trinidad and Tobago, when someone is elected as and win an election and becomes prime minister in this country, they they get the opportunity to pick the cabinet, to pick the DPP, the Attorney General. They have a hand in choosing who they would like to be the president. Also, they pick the leaders, the staff, all the, oh gosh, my gosh, just slipped my mind. Anyway, I'm going to take this call, come back to me. All right, call me back. I see us calling. Sorry about that. Right, the numbers are called 342-008-1771, 1791, 466-5391. Right? And some of these things are supposed to be independent. You understand? Some of these things are supposed to be independent. The Prime Minister also have a whole branch of the police service under him. He also picks the Chief of Defense Staff, the chief of the fire service, the army, the coast guard. He's in control of all these things. You understand? When you have one person with all this power, you understand? It comes like they are alone to their own self. It's very difficult, if they do wrongdoing, to persecute them. And that is how our Constitution is written. Let's use on the phone lines. I know I had somebody calling there. A song. Yes, so this situation with I see not call, but no, I can't take that call. The caller you have to call on the phone. Yeah. The situation with Guy Griffith. Guy Griffith is going to run in and collect some money after this whole fiasco. Because here it is. You had no reason, well, no strong evidence to fire him. And what he's basing is well, his contract was, he didn't renew his contract, but he went back and put himself up. And then the process supposed to be independent and run by an independent, supposed to be independent agency, which is the Police Service Commission. Right? Caller who called me on the Facebook, you have to call me on 342-0081. You can call me on WhatsApp 771-1791, or you can call 466-5391. Let's see who's on the line. Caller?
Good afternoon, Heavy.
Good afternoon,
Good
Tanti.
afternoon, whoever. So why come, why come last year fire Jack? I'm telling him go and clean him. Why she follow Jack and tell him go and clean him and come back?
Why
So she was doing the right thing.
Why Kamala fire who?
Jack Warner.
I don't know that.
Why she fire Jack Warner?
I don't
And
know.
she fired the commission and commission from Canada. When they come, how they gone? How they gone? Nobody know how they gone. They know they come, but they know how they gone back. And they have to pay them off. They have to pay them. Why they fire them?
No.
They're signing up yet. Who will fire them? Who will fire them? I ask you a question. Who will fire them?
Mommy?
USK and the one from Canada. Who will fire them?
What did that?
Dr. Raul will do that? Heavy. Hello?
You done? You done? I wanted to answer, but you're not
Yes.
giving me a chance to answer you.
Yes, answer me, and I want to answer me.
All right. Okay.
Yes.
Just like how Faris Harari was removed from Attorney General, Jack Warner was
Yes.
removed from Ministry of National Security. Right?
Well, he
I
had
was
not
told.
moved.
Huh?
And Gary gave it move from some security already Camilla.
No.
All them move.
Listen to me
He could not carry them to court. But he could take Dr. Rowley to court and say Dr. Rowley this and interfere. Or he could not take them to court.
Mommy?
And he fire him too.
You listen?
The same Gary gave it to all the person up too. I didn't like Gary gave it. But when I see that together, I call you cockroach.
Mommy?
He call you cockroach, no?
Mommy?
Remember that? So they're talking now. Everybody talking now about Gary this and that. They really want to take like two.
Mommy?
Because there is just two hearing. I just say one law for one and one law for thing. But we're not, man. He come and testify. He come and testify. Not he come and testify. Now he's there next thing talking about. So we're one law for you and one law for me then.
Mommy?
I tell you, some African people to wake up, you know.
Mommy? You listen?
Hello?
You listen to me, hear me?
Yeah, rain falling here.
Oh, rain falling by you?
Rain falling.
All right. Well, listen, you will listen to them on the radio, right?
Yes.
All right, enjoy them, mommy. Oh, Lord. Mr. Bernard, call me on the phone, please. I don't know how to answer that call on the live there. Right? Mommy, I want you to hear me out here, right? Listen to me. Guy Griffith is taking the Prime Minister to court because, I'm going to take this caller. I will tell you after. Caller.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. What's up?
What's the discussion today?
We were talking about the headlines in the newspapers where Gary Griffith is taking six ministers to court, 5 ministers to court, including the Prime Minister.
What happened is that I asked now because I want to go with the line.
Okay, no problem.
Remember what happened last week, so I want to see.
Yeah, I wasn't at the board last week. I had on here today.
Yeah, you was there. What I'm saying is, who was the first person? I think I hear you say, you talk about a number of things in the headline, right?
Yeah, I was talking about a number of things.
Well, they didn't stick to any format.
No.
Start with Rambaran.
Joala, yeah. Talk about his lawsuit. I'll even talk about Karen U.S. Sheriff.
What I'm saying is, I got the rest.
Yeah.
The Sharon, Rambaran, and the 100 million with the man with the oil and whatever. I want to ask you a question. Who is the first person mentioned about fake oil in Trinidad?
Was the opposition.
Okay. When the case finished, what was the judgment? Was there fake oil or was there not fake oil?
The problem with that was it didn't have evidence to prove because
all right, good.
Yeah,
right.
the oil refinery closed down and there was no evidence to be found.
No, wait. I'm saying after the case, it was proven that it never had fake oil.
No,
am I right or wrong?
There was no evidence given because of what happened with the closure of Petrotrin.
So, I went
so they won the case by default. You understand what I'm saying? If I take you to court based on
heavy. All of us listen.
Go ahead. Let me make a point. Go ahead.
The point I am making is after everything, so that man was supposed to get more than 100 million. You know that. Do you know that? What did Lawrence Maharaj come out and say?
Go ahead, Ali, but you let you talk.
No,
Because
so
when I trying to answer, you're telling me, no, it's not so well. Ali, but you go ahead. I will answer.
all right. What I'm saying is,
Mm-hmm.
as far as Mr. Marat said on national radio, right? And I put it on a layman too, me no lawyer. He said he mediate that the state will only pay 100 million. Am I right?
Yeah.
Did he also chastise the person who started the fake oil and said he will deal with that at a later date because it was proven to be false?
Okay.
Not okay, heavy.
You see, what you don't understand
Tell
is
me,
that
tell me.
regardless
No,
of
I don't understand.
listen, we don't understand. I wait to hear me out here. Regardless if it's UNC or PNM, we're not supposed to be paying all this money for all these mistakes.
Fact remain, it never had a mistake.
I'm not playing tit for tat. Listen to me. I'm not playing tit for tat.
All right.
I am
Hear
talking holistically. Right?
Hear what? I
Because-
don't go down the political road. I go listen over the radio. I don't talk.
All right,
Explain
thank you
to me,
very much.
son.
Thank you.
I go listen over
Thank
the
you very much. Because I don't want you, I'm not on whatever. The fact is, and all they hear me out here, I'm not a UNC talk show host come here today, no. I talk on behalf of Trinidad and Tobago. If UNC in power and this is happening, I am going to say it's wrong. You understand? I'm not compare comparison like what Tanti say, look, Kamala fire Jack Warner and this and that. I am talking based on what is happening now. You understand? What is happening now? Let me see who's on the phone. Caller? Caller? Oh, sorry, caller. I had it on the line itself. Yeah, I am not playing tit for tat. Compare who do what and who sat what case and who was wrong. It's wrong, all wrong. Hello?
Hello, Heavy.
Yes, caller.
Good afternoon, my brother.
Good afternoon.
Well, let me see if I can make 3 quick points here.
Mm-hmm.
Tanti was referring to Gibbs and Iwatsky, that they were fired before their contract expired.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And she said me I was the pay. What the gentleman was referring to, some last caller, is that who brought up the fake oil scandal. This has nothing to do with politics. This has to do with evidence. Who brought out the fake oil scandal? Wasn't it the opposition and Munilal and trying to
And I told him yes. I told him yes.
Hold on, man. Hold on, hang on. So this is the point the caller was making to you. That at the end of the day, whether Petrotrin closed down or not, Petrotrin did an internal audit to check the amount of oil that was coming to them. So whether they closed down or not, for me to take the matter to court, I had evidence. So whether they closed down or not, my evidence is what going to court. So they went to court with the evidence from Petrotrin. That is why the man mentioned to you what the lawyer Ramesh said, I will deal with them after, because Ramesh decided to deal with them for telling lies and creating scandal where this matter is concerned. So after we went through the whole procedure and realized that, hey, these people was pumping the oil, we had no choice but to pay them. So let me explain you the difference between Jawala Rambaran. Jawala Rambaran came to us and said he had money to run the country for 3 days. Isn't that so? Jawala Rambaran come to us and tell us who are the largest receivers of US dollars in Trinidad and Tobago. Have ever a governor of the central bank ever did that? That is not his job. That is the job of the Minister of Finance. He went on to do several things that was out his portfolio because of his political association with the UNC who put them there. Because if you listen to him, we was already in a recession before they leave. You know what is a quarter? That means we had 3 quarters of negative growth. You know what that means? We had 9 months of nothing happening. And he come to tell us in 6 months that we had 3 months, we did not 3 months of growth. That made 9 months, almost a year. That means we was already in a recession while they were in office. That is why he was fired. And let me explain to you again.
So how come he win the case?
Let me finish.
No, if he was fired and it was rightfully so, How we win the case? How we win 7.5 million?
Why I fire him?
You're going to call back because we're going for a break now. The time running out. You're going to call back.
The central bank
Hello.
against the rules that is job portfolio.
Caller.
Yes,
Caller, we're going for a break. You have to call back. Call back in the next hour. Yeah, we're going for a break now. The ads coming up. Sorry about that. I am not playing tit for tat. UNC, PNM, they all wrong if they do wrong. And if it is we are in a recession, then what we in now after 7 years? This is what? A crisis? I don't understand. If it was so bad then under that governor of Central Bank, what has it gotten better? Anyway, going for a break. Keep it locked right here on the Street 919 FM. Go the ads on us. So we'll be back after these messages. Keep it locked right here. We're going to come back with your phone calls right here on the Street 919 FM.
Expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the Street 919 FM.
The murder toll continues to rise. The nation is in mourning tonight.
3 people have been found dead.
A soldier was shot dead at
a quadruple murder in Beverly Hills, Laventille.
Where are we right now?
We say bring back love.
Bring back love. How we end up here today.
Bring back PP.
Bring back peace. Be your brother's keeper. We say bring back peace on the street.
I want peace. Bring back peace on the street.
Bring back peace on the street.
Let's the world in harmony. There's no greater time for love. No greater time for peace.
Tune in to the Street 919 FM for the program The Final Hour with Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr. and his wife, Nikki Garcia, for the Bible study every Thursday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Mark chapter 16, verse 15 says, "Go into all the world and preach this gospel for every creature, for I am not ashamed of the gospel of Christ, for it is the power of God unto salvation."
91.9 is counting down 91 days of Christmas. Yes, 91 days of Christmas. It's karaoke, prizes to be won, giveaways. It's the 91 days of Christmas on the Street. 919 FM.
I could sing a good serenade. Oh, it's Christmas.
Want to furnish your home in style? Stylus Furniture makes this possible. Shop using our affordable layaway options to purchase any of our modern sectionals, dining, living room, or bedroom sets, and receive a dinner voucher for 2 at Atelier's Restaurant and Lounge. For further information, contact us at 652-2542, 652-2688, and 790-1202. You can also visit any of our branches located at 101 Crackness Village, Princestown, and 51 Rushwood Street in San Fernando. Stylus Furniture, for the style in you.
The Gospel of the Kingdom radio program with Gilbert James is now on the Street 919 FM every Thursday from 8 to 9 p.m. The Bible says, the gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world as a witness to all nations, and then the end shall come. For more info, call 652-0924 or 298-4540 and join us every Thursday from 8 to 9 p.m. for the Gospel of the Kingdom radio program with Gilbert James.
Hi there, I'm Lester Suplal, inviting you to join me on the first, second, and third Saturday, 8:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. for the program Slow Gospel Music, and on the fourth and fifth Saturday from 8:30 p.m. for an extended version of Slow Gospel Music on Street 91.9 FM.
The Gap Man Limited specializes in products that cater to all your health needs. The Male Enhancement Package targets the areas of the body that contribute to erectile dysfunction. The Male Enhancement costs $1,400. The Gap pills are priced at 250 pills for $500 and 500 pills for just $900. For the best in eye care, get the super combination of a Super Bright and the Body Healer. To improve the heart's function and circulation, get the Gap pills and Formula C. To get a total body cleanse daily, use the Gap Body Healer and Big C, all for a super low price of $1,300. To order your products from the Gap Man Limited, call 628-4531 for products that cater to all your health needs.
For more info, contact 476-7268. In celebration of Calypso History Month, Tuco North Zone's Extemporama Committee, in conjunction with YMG, presents Extemporama 2022 in honor of Mark John, the contender, recipient of the Hummingbird Silver 2022. On Friday, 4th November at Lions Cultural Center, Fitz Blackman Drive, Woodbrook. Come experience the greatest zonal extempo battle ever. From the south, Winston Gypsy Peters, Abibele, Short Pants, and Mr. Shack. From the north, Black Sage, contender, Lady Syntax, and Gary Raps. From the east, Lingo, Lady Africa, Myron B, Calypso Night. Guest appearances by Master Funny and Johnny King. MCs Rockers and Shirley Hendrickson. Musical accompaniment by Michelle Henry, Kaiso Encore Band. Showtime 8 p.m. sharp. Advance tickets only $150. Plenty giveaways as usual. You can't afford to miss this one. Tickets available at Crosby's Record Shop and all Tuco offices.
Is the greatest extempo clash ever.
It's all about the fastest growing reggae show in the land without a doubt. Right here on the Street 919 FM. Each and every Sunday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. With yours truly, MC Duke, alongside Selector Kochi. So make it a date and don't be late. Rock and come in, so line up, link up, creep up. You don't know reggae rock each and every Sunday. Salute Gadamawe, King Selassie.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Children's needs. Yes, we fill their hearts with hate alone.
corruption. Fire that only kindness can cool. Those cries that fill the night shout out for love and salvation. Are we to hear yet turn and walk away? Or should we stand with hands outstretched to show protection and boldly still the fears that make them stray? There's a missing generation out there who cares. We better find them. They are dying, disappearing everywhere. Who cares? We better find them. Somebody better pray. Somebody better pray. There's a missing generation, and soon if we don't find them, they're surely going to find us one day. There's a missing generation, and soon if we don't find them, there'll be no generation to care. Look behind every sound of thunder. Search beneath every mound of dirt. There you'll find the price of our behavior, hiding from the cause of their hurt. Look out, there goes another lonely son or daughter, with unshed tears and smiles we've never seen. Let's all reach out and snatch just one from their destroyer, and change that heart to one that's pure and clean. There's a missing generation out there who cares. We better find them. They are dying, disappearing everywhere. Who cares? We better find them. Somebody better pray. Somebody better pray. There's a missing generation, and soon if we don't find them, they're surely going to find us one day. There's a missing generation, and soon if we don't find them, there'll be no generation to care. With one touch there is so much to offer. Feel the hearts of those yet unborn. See the smiles, hear the joyful laughter of the generation to come. Let's join our hearts and dream our dreams like our ancestors, striving the hungry mouths and minds to feed. For this last chance to touch the soul of our creation, let's fill the ground held to prepare the seed. There's a missing generation out there who cares. We better find them. They are dying, disappearing everywhere. Who cares? We better find them. Somebody better pray. Somebody better pray. There's a missing generation, and soon if we don't find them, they're surely going to find us one day. There's a missing generation, and soon if we don't find them, there'll be no generation to care. Somebody better pray. Somebody.
Check 1, 2. All right. Yeah, so we are back. We are back. We are back on the inside. And, wow. It's a pity we just hear what we want to hear, no? And for the life of me, I don't understand why are we not speaking about the money. The money that the taxpayers have to endure every time politicians made a bad decision. Fire somebody as they reach there. Don't care how much contract they have, fire them. Just fire them. There's UNC, there's this, there's that, and pay with taxpayers' money. Pay them off. Let the people take it to court and millions and billions and just go down the road. And that is what I'm speaking about. I'm not speaking about AV. I'm not speaking about Joala, really. I'm just talking about the money that has been awarded for incompetence. Money is being awarded for incompetence, for politics. Because someone in there that you then put in there, fire them, and then the taxpayers have to pay. Because you don't like them or the UNC put them there, fire them. That is right. That's the right thing to do. Because there's not a PNM or there's not a UNC, fire them. And the same thing with the PNM, the UNC, that's when they go in power too, they fire everybody and have to pay them off. But who paying? And this is the point I'm asking. Are they paying from their own pockets? No. Is Iwer going to pay Nelson from his own pockets? No. Who is paying? Taxpayers. Our money is being wasted and squandered because of mismanagement and bad decisions and animosity, I should say, because I don't like he and he don't like me. I don't like this one. Anyway, I want to go back to Gary Griffith. And I want to tell Miss Maruga this. Listen to me carefully. Gary Griffith contract was ended. Okay? He put himself back in the list of candidates, right? And based on his marks, he was up in the top 3. Right? The list was supposed to go to President's house by the Public Service Commission president or chairman. Right? And not me say this, is your Prime Minister. Our Prime Minister said he was the one who went up there, right? And said we had us to say, and the list didn't go in to choose the Commissioner of Police. Okay? It was taken back. Because of that, 3 people resigned from the Police Service Commission. Right? They never do go back to due process. And I don't understand why we're not trying to we don't want to talk about this, but we want to talk about what we want to talk about, Joala and all who and fake oil and who was the case and who was the UNC. I'm not into that. I'll have a whole week to talk about that. Because I'm not here to talk for that crap. So Gary Griffith have a case. Here it is. My name went up to go, and most likely I would have been chosen, but a certain Prime Minister admitted that he was the one was up there in President's house. Right? And that process of choosing a Commissioner of Police is supposed to be independent, without fear or favor. So that right there is misbehavior in public office. It's against the Constitution to put your hand and meddle in that. And now today, you are going to be faced before the courts. to answer questions. And this is what I'm trying to tell Miss Maruga, right? Miss Maruga, it's not about he getting fired, it's about he getting rehired. Also, right, the claims of why his contract wasn't being renewed, okay? The claims was that pertaining to some FUL license that he didn't want it to, or he was giving people FUL license who wasn't supposed to get FUL license. It seemed to be that his name was called in corruption with regards to the FUL. So an allegation was put on his name, right? Which could also mean a libel and scandal case, where they now have to prove. So all this is in the middle in that whole judicial process that is going to happen soon, in sometime in November. And this is what I'm trying to explain to Ms. Maruga. You understand? It kind of different than if you have members of parliament or people in your cabinet and you remove them from cabinet or remove them from a ministerial post and you just put them, you understand? You cannot move them from being a member of parliament because they were voted in by the people. But you can move them from a ministry, you can put them somewhere else, or you can remove them from your cabinet. Right? Which is also considered to be like you fire them. You understand? But it's still the MP for whatever particular area unless it have a by-election. So, that being said, the lines are open. You know the numbers to call. You can call me now. The numbers are 342-0081. Okay, I've seen somebody on the line. Somebody's... Okay. Wow. Caller?
Yeah, you have a call back and ask a question.
Yes, go ahead.
No, I hear you mentioning after the break about Gary, right? I asked you at the beginning of the program what we discussed, what you told.
Hello?
Hello?
Caller?
Hello, yeah, I hear you.
All right, I know hearing you. I didn't wasn't hearing you all the time, right? I know the phone line was down. Sorry about that. We'll say it. I know hearing you here. Right, go ahead.
I don't worry about them little hit Chevy. Them things that happen. I actually beginning of the program what we was discussing, didn't I?
Yeah, and I mentioned a variety of things.
Right. So hear what? But I hear you saying now that you're talking about Jawala and you're talking about the fee coil. All you started all you talking about is the money that they're spending. You just say something like that, right? My point is, you see the problem, and let me say this fully across. One of the loaded judge, the whole National Security Council had to go to the court.
Mm-hmm.
I think I see that for the news. Hear what happening? I don't care who it is. The court call you, you have something to answer, you go and sit down there and answer that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
That is my mistake. I don't have time with that. And those people who is in authority there, what they need to, that is my view, they need to go and sit there to set the right example because of who they is. You understand?
Yeah.
Court call you, go and sit down.
And I agree with you.
Right? If I was the Prime Minister, but I am not, I would go there and sit and answer all the questions with the judge asking. That is my take on that. Okay? When we talk about the snake oil already, I want to touch on Vincent Nelson.
Mm-hmm.
He make good work. How did we in Trinidad and Tobago know about Vincent Nelson and the two lawyers who brought it to the attention of the state and the country? Hello?
Yeah.
Well, I asked him a question.
Well, I don't have that information. I don't know who brought it to the attention to the state and the country. I don't know.
What? Okay, go. You do have that information.
Mm-mm.
So here, what people doing here?
That be on my pay grade.
I do. I looking for answers.
Yeah.
There was some deal between the former Attorney General and Nelson, right? Before we reach the Attorney General and the deal and Peterson and Mendez, how did we get to know and from who about the two lawyers? We can't start in the middle of this. And besides that, Vincent gave a statement. If the deal that he made went through and he has to get the millions, that's a separate issue. Who make that and who do the wrong thing and making that is supposed to pay the price?
Correct.
But I am saying people who was working with Nelson and the transaction and the UK government and then what about that aspect of it? This man confessed about two prominent lawyers here. And it seems as though nobody dealing with this case from that perspective. Not nobody, but some people. They're dealing with it from the deal we make and forgetting everything.
Let me tell you something.
Wait, just now. How did we get to know about this thing with the two lawyers and Nelson? How did this state get to know that? That deal come after. And that is the part I want to find out about. You understand?
And you have a point. I want to know why I say I have a point, right? Because
let me finish. I want to give somebody else.
All right, go ahead.
Not that I have a point.
Mm-hmm.
But that is how things supposed to happen.
Correct.
But that is why I'm saying just now, the first person who spoke up for the fake oil have the government in this mess having to pay every drilling, right? 100 million.
And I agree with you.
Nobody, everything in this country does smell politics. You understand? Let me tell you something. You see Miss Peterson? She helped me greatly. Me, my son, and my grandchildren, and all of us. You understand? You wouldn't know about that.
No.
I know. And I tell her thanks. You understand? Because that was my time of need. But wrong is wrong. And I'm saying, if you never had evidence about fake oil, why did you start that? That cost this state 100 million. I'm listening off it.
All right, Kola. Thank you. I wish I could have stayed on here, though, because I wanted to talk to you. Anyway, I is one person that was upset that this whole situation with these two lawyers fall apart because I wanted them to make jail. And I'm saying this on national radio. I vex that whole deal thing, and I vex that the former Attorney General make all these mistakes in that case. But these two men had to walk free. I'll be honest with you. Because now let's get tapping on. What is wrong and what is right is right. You get your name called in corruption, you must face the full brunt of the law. Your name called in misbehavior in public funds, you must face the full brunt of the law. You understand? What I vex for is that they mess up the whole thing and this thing cut and who didn't know and who this. Again, let me take a call. Caller.
Yes.
Yes, brother.
You hear me?
Yeah, man.
First, I want to clear up something. I hear somebody ask a question about how did the report about the fake oil thing come out. The first person who did that was a minister called Nicole Olivier. She was the one who ordered the investigation, the report into the oil thing. When the report came out and it went to the Petrotrin, somehow that ended up in Kamla's mailbox. That's what she said. And she ended up talking about it. Nicole Olivier was fired immediately. Just before that, they had the Prime Minister saying, we're not closing down Petrotrin.
Caller?
Yeah.
With all due respect, I'm not even talking about the fake oil, no.
Yeah.
Listen, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah, sure.
How much money was the man for if fake oil was awarded?
It didn't go to trial. It went to arbitration.
Right. And how much money he get from taxpayers?
at 100 million, and they say around 100 million.
Check here's 100 million, and Joala Rambaran 7.5 million, and ask me how much schools, how much medicine in the hospital, how much road can I fix, how much children can I get books, how much laptop, how much. I'm not studying the case, and I'm going through the case and what went on. I want to know why we had to pay. Why we had to pay. You understand? Because of them mistakes. They're making mistakes and we paying for it.
They're making mistakes because they don't have to pay. Them don't have to pay.
Correct. And this is what I'm talking about.
And because them don't have to pay, they don't care about what is happening.
And exactly.
If you understand. But because when Deborah Peaks tell them to appeal the arbitration, because they didn't go to trial. So I hear them talking about the matter. It didn't go to trial. It reached arbitration.
Right.
It didn't never reach
trial.
court.
Right.
And she said it had a whole set of errors. You know, they never appeal it. They never appeal it because the man with the fake oil come and say, if I going down, everybody going down. And with that close petrol train. So, like Manning does say, facts is stubborn things. They could change it how they want, but facts is stubborn things, and those are the facts about that matter.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, all right.
Bless it.
Take care.
Yeah, man. All I understand me, you know. We can sit down here and talk about 100 different situations where we taxpayers had to pay somebody or pay off somebody or pay off some company for some stupidness or some mess somebody make. We always have to pay. I want to check that wastage of millions and millions and up to billions of dollars every time our government come in power. The fire set up people, the close on, there's a close on that and have to pay them off. But not with their money, with our money. When will we get it together? No more things that could be done with that money. Let me see who's on the line. Caller.
Yes, Heavy.
Yeah, man.
This whole idea is about whether or not it come like I sending water to you.
Mm-hmm.
If I sending water to you, you have to measure how much gallons of water I send to you. Not so. I say I sending 50 gallons, you have to receive 50 gallons. Right? And this whole reason about this, why the man get the 100 million, is that I am sending oil to Petrotrin. The allegation is that my numbers are wrong. Right? I say I send 50 gallons, you say you get 35. We went to court. We come to an arrangement and a settlement that you decide you go pay me for 45. And talk done, I get 100 million. This has nothing, first we have to understand, it has nothing to do with losing the case. It has to do with paying for the man oil that he's selling to Petrotrin. That is what it was paid for. They wasn't paid because somebody sued the state and they lost the matter. The man was paid for his oil. Understand that? The 100 million didn't go to the man just so. The 100 million went to the man for the oil that he sent or allegedly sent to Petrotrin. Right, brother? So let me get out of the way. The man didn't benefit nothing. You and I drive out that already in gas because we receive the oil, Petrotrin turn it into gas, who in cook with it, drive it out. So we paid. The other thing, Jawala Rambaran money that he collect, if you listen to the arbitration that the decision that the court made, he only received the money that he was entitled to if he stayed in the job. You understand that? So if he had one more year and he was to get $5, judge give him his $5. Anything that he claimed for, the judge say you're not entitled to. Because I'm paying you for the 1 year, which is $5. Look, your $5. It will go up to 6 million. How much million? That is what you received. And if you listen...
I can ask you a question?
Yes, you can.
If I hire you to build a house for me, and I give you a written contract that you have to build this house for me, and you give me your price, and I agree to pay you that price, right? And before the house finish built, I fire you because probably I don't like how you was working, whatever case will be, right? And that the payoff?
Well, listen to me. I hired you to build the house.
No, I hire you.
You ask a question, so I'm answering your question.
Uh-huh.
You hired me to build the house, or however the case is.
Right.
Right? But you are not to tell people the size of my kitchen, or what kind of stove I put inside. Or what kind of tiles I use in my bedroom? Hold on, you ask a question.
It doesn't matter what it was about. I fire you.
Because it does matter. As the governor of the central bank, you have a responsibility to the state. So from the time you come out and tell the citizens who are receiving more foreign exchange than the other, that means, hold on,
you see why me and you can't get along? I don't understand you reach back to the man by central bank and we talking about if I hire you to build a house. I don't understand.
That's how we reach back there.
No. All I'm asking is,
listen to me, Heavy.
You want to answer the question or you want to put in your 2 cents, but go ahead.
No. The question is, did the governor of the central bank do the right thing when he was at the role of the governor of the central bank by coming to the citizens of this country and telling them who collect the largest forex? Was that right? No. And he went in another forum and did something of the similar nature. So if I have a man going and tell everybody what is the size of my bedroom and what kind of toilet I buy before I move in the house, what do you think I'll do? Not fire him? So that is what I did. So I pay him off his 7 million and get rid of him because I didn't want nobody to know my business.
Bartaria. Listen to me carefully.
You had to go and come back. Go to school and come back.
We're talking about go to school and come back. You want to answer, I ask you a simple question and you going back down to Johara Rambaran Road. I ask you if I give you a house bill and a fire before the time you had to hang up because you want to come and spew your rhetoric on the radio. Right? If I fire you just like the people that the government fired that Gary Griffith hired in the police service, right? Fire them when they had contracts. When you fire them now, they take it to court, you have to pay them off. Right? You pay them off within the contract where was duly owed. Yes. Right? But they didn't work for that. And this is the point I was trying to get. You give a man a whole 3 years of money, lump sum, we didn't work for. He didn't work for it. So then we got nothing. We got no kind of service for the money that we spend. Yes, you pay him off the money, what that's on the contract, we was contracted for, but he didn't do nothing for it. He ain't bat an eye. He just got lump sum. And this is what I'm trying to explain to you. It come like I get a work to build a house. And the man fire me and have a written contract before time. You understand? He had to pay me all the money and then he had to go and rehire somebody and pay them back the same money that you was paying he to do the same work. Bartaria. But you so want to go down a political landscape to talk about what Johara Ranbaran do. That is not even what I'm talking about. I'm not even studying what he did. I am studying the money, Bartaria. Talking about who ready for what. I'm not in a little tit for tat bacchanal politics, Bartaria. I be on that ABC 1, 2, 3 kindergarten politics on this radio station. I be on that. I am for country. And the minute money is being spent and wasted on crap, paying people to do nothing, I have a problem with that because it's my taxpaying dollars paying somebody to do a job that you fire them, you have to pay them anyway, and then hire somebody and pay them again. Bartaria. We'll go to the lines. Caller.
Hello.
Yes, caller.
Yeah, Navy. It's Navy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, go ahead. You see how things just happen? You ask one question, right? But all kinds of things. That's why we have to reach in this condition we need now.
Correct.
You understand? That, that come like, we act like, some of us act like we the government, they have power. And we stretch down to the citizens and them and quiet off the speech, the writing, whatever they want to do. You ask that question, you can carry all about, and you answer the question up to now. This is a very serious thing that, watch me, I will tell you something. In this lifestyle, we have to start doing things that we never do before. You understand? In order to get to places that we never reach. Because we live in a life that the party is all, and we're not studying the people and them.
Correct.
All these things will not be happening. We will not, taxes will not be paying money, and all these things will be happening if the right thing, if what was being done, if things were set out the right way.
Exactly.
So nobody wouldn't be making mistakes.
Exactly.
You understand? If you make a mistake to catch you one time, we don't have to pay no money to catch you. You understand? But we always back in the wrong, back in the right. You know, I don't know where we're going. I don't know where you see, anybody will say, honor your mother and your father. You know what I mean by honor your mother and your father? It doesn't mean your mother who you come from, you know. It means your great, your ancestors, mother and father. We have to live that life. That's why Jesus said, he's the first and the last. Because he was living the life of the great parents, the great parents who passed before him. You understand? He carried that legacy. And we're not carrying it. You know what we're carrying? We're carrying a Western world. We live in the West and we're carrying the system legacy. You understand? We're killing one. Look at the children dying every day. But what is that? That will check there be some great person come to change things of the world. People are understanding in this life. Let us do the right thing because knowledge and action promote love. Love promotes justice. Where there is injustice, there is no love. Where there is no love, there is no knowledge, and there is no knowledge, you have no action. People have to start to understand. Let me tap into life the right way from our great ancestors, so that we will be honoring them. That is what I mean by honoring mother and father. To live that great life they were living, to be here now, to bring back that great life. And we are living like all the time. This one went to court, and this one says it has nothing, and this one has nothing. And at the end of the day, what? We still have to pay the high prices. What's coming up in the grocery, and pay for high prices with gas and pay for high prices. We have to do it. We're going to court them going to court them doing this and doing that and saying one thing, and it trickle right down to we. The sleep power stretch right down to we that we have to work hard, and the little money we get come as well as the lending rate, because we have all the money all we pay again is to go back in bills. Why are we not talking about these things? Why are we not going that way and trying to change these things in life? You be studying your party, defending your party, defending your party, defending your party, defend the paper. Right through. And just want to build my battle. Yes, come on, ready and talk to what happened. All right, the one the very center, the thing they want to call them, when they do it, that doesn't happen. Everybody know that. Why you bring back that stuff? People say what? You're right, and telling you ought to go back to school.
Wow.
Well, you understand what people know already. Let me do things what didn't happen yet. Let me say things what we have said yet. And bring back that system of life, that love, so that we can leave our window and our door open. The door that is open right now is them on top with the power who devouring every right of we boy. And if we didn't bring out a law, closing in that case smaller and smaller, the more law to bring, if you smaller, we begin to choke up, and the millions of creative seeds, and we can't even use it. We come down with our purpose and the stifling of our purpose by this stupid thing, with this system, with the government, and let me bring back a good life and on this with my boy, all the boy. And stop this one at the court, and let me talk different talk now, boy. It's a serious thing. Telling you ought to go back to school. You ask me one question, you know. You just want to see out one second. Correct. Bad, I don't know real thing, but
you know nothing. You understand? And if I wanted, I could have shoot them down right there and then, because the minute you talk about the man talking and saying who getting money for US and how much US who getting and whatever the case will be, that is public knowledge.
Oh boy,
you're supposed to know how much who gets and what.
Because the question you're asking, you haven't thinking how you know, you'll have to put him in space.
Yeah. He didn't want to answer that, so he went down a different road. Yeah.
I'm talking to more people know, so everybody goes on radio. Ooh, battery that guru.
Yeah.
You know a thing. You know, don't see more people know already. Talk something different. Everything comes back to the same thing and same thing. Every time I hear you know, the same thing and talking over and over and over and over. Come on, man.
All right, caller, thank you.
My brother, you have a good.
You too, man. Yeah, man. Bless. Because what they fire the man for is for talking public knowledge. That is not a secret. The amount of US being given by central bank to certain people not supposed to be a secret. That is public knowledge. It's using taxpayers' money. Central bank is the government taxpayers' money going there. And if somebody had to get US, it's supposed to be public knowledge if asked for. Right? And he's in charge. It's not supposed to be a secret. Everybody Freedom of Information Act, Bartaria. I'm going to take this call. Caller.
Hello, Heavy, good afternoon.
Good
Heavy,
afternoon.
go back to school. You're very stupid and sit down in the back of the class and suck your finger.
That what you called to say? You waste your whole money on your phone to call to say, go back in the back of the class and suck my finger. Lord, these people and them, man. And when I call them my bunters, it is vex. Really? I'm not even speaking about what he said in, look how long that was, since back in 2015. Everybody know what went on. The problem is he had to get paid now. With our taxpayers' money. For all the years that he didn't work. That making any sense, ma'am? You okay with we taking we money and just giving it to people? When it could have fixed things in the community? Caller.
Good afternoon, everyone. Well, the caller before this kind of touch on everything. I just wanted to elucidate a little better, or just to clear up a little bit. The Joala Ramaran was awarded for his earnings, you know. He claimed for what he was supposed to be paid, and the court awarded him that with interest. This is $7.5 million accumulated to what his tenure would have been, what his contract would have paid, plus interest. And the same thing with the so-called fake oil scandal. The company put in invoices for $100 million. If you are alleging that the company didn't produce it, you have to prove that they didn't produce it. And seeing that they couldn't prove that they could not, that the company did not produce the amount that they are claiming, these things are simple, straightforward things. They are one. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm asking a question. It's simple. It's a simple question.
Ask me anything.
Good. Right?
Yeah,
if I give you a contract for 5 years, right, to build something for me or do something, work for me. You're working for me for 5 years. You're supposed to be paid a certain amount of money every month, right, for 5 years. And 2 years or 3 years into that contract, I'll fire you, right? Yes. It doesn't matter what I fire for, where you do whatever the case will be. Once
it doesn't matter, you know.
Once it doesn't violate the contract, if I fire on the basis of not what's written in the contract, then I can't fire. Right?
So it doesn't matter how you fire.
Correct. So I fired you and I have to pay you off for the next 3 years that you were supposed to work. So you go and get your full 3 years that the contract was break for, all your money. Right?
Correct.
If I have to hire somebody now for the next 3 years to do the work that you were supposed to do, ain't I lost?
Yeah, but right, you're absolutely correct. But let me tell you, while you are absolutely correct, this is something separate and apart. The position Mr. Rambarat was holding is governor of the central bank. And let me tell you what the country missed in this whole thing. So, Joala Rambarat, there are two phenomena that happened that is noteworthy. One, Joala Rambarat came in 2014. 1 year before the UNC was out, they gave him a contract for 5 years. That is extremely odd because you are going to be, your tenure in a year and a half would be coming up, but the contract was for 5 years. That was one. And immediately after Joala Rambarat came in, he made sweeping changes to the allocation for foreign exchange. And when he changed the allocation for foreign exchange, the market panicked, people started stockpile foreign exchange, and we had a shortage. And that shortage never changed up to now. I'm saying that to say that Joala Rambarat's position was so sensitive that it was too dangerous for the minister to leave him there.
the minister did the correct thing to save the country because Joala Rambaran's position could crash the entire economy.
No.
Which to my mind, go ahead. You wanted to ask something?
No, all I'm saying to you, my brother, right? Based on all what you said, right?
Yes.
Right. Is that politics? Simple, yes or no?
No, I wouldn't say so.
Wait. What the UNC did by giving him a 5-year contract in 2014 when they know the next year was a general election, right? Right?
That's very dangerous. That highly unusual.
All governments do that. All governments is trying to put their friends and their family and finances in certain situations before an election so that even if they lost, they're secure.
Okay, I don't know.
You don't know that? You don't know that?
But I know it has been Joala Rambaran. Wow.
No, because I am trying to explain to you, right? And what you hold the sick view here, right? Every time governments change, we, the taxpayers, have bills to pay when they have to fire a set of people and we hire a set of people. Right? Even including right across the board, who get contract the year before and who CPEP contract and garbage contract and housing contract. Every contractor has to get paid because we're going to get new contractors. Why?
Right. So if you have a contract and you intend to break the contract, the person must be compensated, and that's all that is happening here.
And this is what I'm trying to get at. I wasn't going in deep into the centralization of what Joala Rambaran did, why he do it, who did. I am saying to you this, right? And I talked about political victimization last week or week before, right? It happens across the board, even as simple things as CPEP contract. Because what the UNC will do is the same thing, and everybody does do that. They'll get all the CPEP contract and then renew the contract just the year before the election and get them a 3-year or 4-year contract. And as soon as the next government come in, they fire all the CPEP contractors and hire new ones and have to pay them off.
But that didn't happen in the PNF. The CPEP contractors.
Don't tell me that.
Until 2018.
Don't do me that. You see that way you're playing tit for tat politics. I want to tell you, the PNM said that.
All right. But I'm not too sure what you're talking about. But I want to say, closing with this, that the finance minister did the correct thing. He did what he was supposed to do. You cannot leave the man there. And you know what came out of Joala Rambaran making statements, calling persons' names who got who were the subject of the largest. What he did is panic the market more. And you cannot have a central bank governor in such a sensitive position that making open statements about customers, especially price funds.
I want to disagree with you there.
Which one?
The Central Bank of Trinidad and Tobago is a public building, a public institution, and dealing with taxpaying money. It is public knowledge to know where our taxpaying US dollars is going to be distributed to and how much. It has something called the Freedom of Information Act that allows all these things to be open. Right? So, based on that...
Let me just close with it. We are certain. I just want you to tell me, just be your opinion. Since Joala Rambaran touched the allocation for foreign exchange, we have had problems for foreign exchange. Can you explain to this country, in your opinion, what you think may have been the problem?
You are my honest view?
Honest view, yes.
You do crap. Right? Let me tell you, I don't put one time amount, you know. All they just do it. You see, I don't understand me. I ain't not no favoritism person. I for country. You understand? If they do stupidness, they do stupidness. I find them next to...
The minister did his fiduciary duty by removing Joala Rambaran before he took one of it. Right. Because remember, his position is an autonomous position. When the central
dangerous for the economy. That's simply how it is. So we must be careful what we support.
All right, caller. Listen to me. Hear me here. I'm not supporting Joala. Listen to me. I am against our governments giving people money for work that they didn't do. Listen to me. Understand what I'm saying?
It's cheaper. It is much cheaper to pay Joala.
That is your opinion. That is your opinion, and you're entitled to it. Right?
And you have under his care billions of taxpayer dollars passing through the central bank. And one more thing. The Gary Griffith issue of taking the government to court. When you file a lawsuit, you must file it against somebody. If you file a lawsuit against certain persons, they are respondents in the matter. The papers just sensationalize the whole thing that the government will only have to go to court. Those persons were named in a lawsuit as respondents. Their lawyers will respond, and that's it. Dr. Rowley would spend not 1 second in the courthouse.
Are you now trying to justify what they are doing? I don't answer that. I have plenty of callers on the line.
Gary Griffith should have been fired a long time.
Listen off here.
He should have gone the same way as Ugala.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Yes. So, let me move on. I find I stick here too long. Because I was even talking about... Anyway, I'm going to take some calls. I'll take some calls because we almost at the top of the hour. So, let me take some calls quickly. Caller.
Oh, gosh, boy. After listening to them, I think that, oh, gosh, my ears bleeding, boy. Don't matter what I give up on them in heavy.
I know.
I realize I going and deal with the younger generation who we still are hoping.
Yeah.
I know we are hoping the younger generation. This generation, this all but all of them I put up them dinosaurs of them I put up them man. Because they don't get it. No matter what, we are being fit with the bill. And one caller said it rightly, we are the only people being fit with the bill.
Correct.
No matter what you do, government change. We are the ones, the taxpayers paying all the bill, and them ain't paying us.
And this is what I'm trying to explain to them, but all of a sudden is who do what and who do what. They're trying to justify the bill pay.
Tell you what, go pay them do it. That's what they're trying to do. Justify them, pay them do it. It should be okay. It's not okay. That is my money, boy.
Yes.
That is not free money. That is not Dr. Rowley money. That is not Iwer money. That is our money, taxpayers' money.
Correct.
I did not get it. That no matter where you tell them, they would not get it. You know why they wouldn't get it? I'm going to tell you why. If Baritaya, I will use his name, I could call him out. If Baritaya was had to fit that $100 million, I show you that back pedal and said, no, God, I can't pay that kind of money. Then you understand that. They didn't do the mess. Yeah. But I had to fit the bill. No, I can't pay all that. Because you don't get to make a jail for that. And the thing about it, when you look at the policies of America, if we can remember, this fella from the cricketer, Stanford.
Stanford, yeah.
Yeah. America, them seize all the assets.
They seize all the assets,
and hear the question I had asked all those who call in yesterday. The thing about it is that, name one area that the government have ever put anybody before the court. When I say anybody, I'm talking about MP, ex-MP, whatever.
Yeah, minister, anybody.
And we can, any minister, anybody else. Or financiers, or alleged financiers, or so forth, right? And the taxpayers don't have to pay no money, and we make a big profit that we get back all our money. Name one time that happened. It's not happening, boy.
No. We always had to pay.
We always had to pay, and they're not getting that. We always had to pay. When the time will come that, here we're going on. We go behind the span. We have good institution evidence. It's strong. It's solid. It's good. If we're going to come with it, it's that good.
Yeah.
We're going to get back all the money. It's not happening. So what's it? Or they're going to push after these people, giving people hopes. That is so political. We understand that. It's your generation getting smart now. We understand that. Already fool on us, and we don't get back the money. Only left with is the bill. The bills. After you pay all the bills, they're laughing. They drink the champagne, they drink the white, whatever, and they laugh at us,
All right, caller.
Yeah.
We gotta go. We're out of time. Thank you very much. Thank you. You was my last caller today. Thank you, brother. Yeah, man. So that's it. That's it for our show. That's it for the cause. We're going to be back here next week, Saturday, same time, same place, right on the street, 919 FM. Yours truly, Heavy Duty. I'm here with you. TC wasn't here this week. You'll be here next week. As I always say, live, love, laugh, and let live. And for every minute you're angry with someone, it's 60 seconds of happiness you can never get back. So be happy. Keep smiling. Let no one see the joy. Okay, people, be safe on the roads. Be safe out there, right? And, of course, keep it locked to the street, 919 FM. Up next, the Live Wire. Yeah, he's going to be here. Come on, chill and line with the Live Wire. We got to go.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the street, 919 FM.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the street, 919 FM. 91.9 is counting down 91 days of Christmas. Yes, 91 days of Christmas. It's karaoke, prizes to be won, giveaways. It's the 91 days of Christmas on the street, 919 FM.